everybody, Captain Silvertooth here from Infographic News for Kids. Today is January 1st of 2019. I totally almost said 2018, but it is not 2018 anymore, so Happy New Year! Do a dance with me. We have made it through the year of 2018. Did you guys come up with your resolutions? I have. I said mine yesterday, but I will keep them. To make and produce better videos for you guys. And there hasn't been a big change in that area. And there's not one today. But it's coming, I promise. And to do better in school. Today's video has been sponsored by chocolate chips because I love them. I love them so much. Happy New Year! Excuse me. Sorry. You ever feel like you just need a cookie and nothing else matters? That's how I feel right now. I'm sorry. It's cookie day, so my entire crew is back there eating cookies. Sorry. They're all laughing at me. Anyway, our mission is to inform the youth of all nations of the world being created for them to inherit. They are congratulating me for finishing my cookie. Thanks, guys. Our constitutional quote for today is the 8th Amendment of the United States Constitution, which reads, "Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishment inflicted." Interesting. That's powerful. I'll repeat it. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel or unusual punishments inflicted. Going back to the constitutional quote, that basically means that no matter what you do, there shouldn't be a huge, ridiculous amount of money for your bail or a ridiculous, huge amount of money for your fine, is basically what that's saying. No cruel or unusual punishment inflicted. It's basically what it's saying. If you are accused of a crime. But be good. Don't do nothing bad. We need to be good people. Or else, sorry. And if we're good, we won't have to worry about that. Having to pay a huge amount of money mostly. Moving on. Our constitutional question from yesterday was, what is common law? It's my song! It's Oasis and it's the Wonderwall song. today is gonna be the day that it's gonna fall back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you got into. Anyway, common law are laws that are based on court or tribunal decisions which govern future decisions on similar cases. Our 20-minute research question was, how does technology really have a big health problem? Like, what does it cause to our health, basically? And I found technology can blur your vision. It can give you cancers and tumors in your brain. When you have a laptop on your lap, the radiation can mess with your genitals, and it can put cancers in your bloodstreams. And there is this, excuse me, now I have the hiccups. There is this thing called television and computer flicker rates that are sorry. Stop. I said I have the hiccups and now my crew is scaring me. Stop tickling me. Anyway, I am so sorry for the distractions. Anyway, television and computer flicker rates are the flashy things that come from any screen, really. And it's caused by the flash and the flash and the flash and the flash. And what it basically does is messes with your brain, like the way you process things. And it kind of like hypnotizes you and turns you into like this zombie, and it puts you in this trance type thing. Have you ever realized how when you or a friend or a family member is watching TV and they're just stone-faced at the TV and you're trying to talk to them and they're not, it's not that they're not listening, it's just their concentration is just focused on that TV. And you can't break their concentration from it no matter how hard you try sometimes. Television's real intention way back was back in like the 1940s, and they were used to control people's minds, really, and that's what it does. Like, it's what the flickering does. It just messes with the way your brain sees things and your nervous system. And technology screens, if you look at them for too long, like I said, it can blur your vision and it can cause nausea and like fatigue just from looking at it for long periods of time. So, let me know what you guys found on technology, and let me know what you guys found. I'm really interested in knowing what you guys have found in your research. Moving on to the news. A New York town is hosting a toy buyback event for children. I found this article on Infowars. It's basically this thing where they're banning toy guns too. Like Nerf guns, water guns, all of that. Which means there will be no more dart wars with my crew and I at the end of the videos or during videos where my crew is just trying to make you guys laugh. there will be no more of that because they are banning toy guns. And most people will say it starts in one place and it works its way around. I'm not in New York, so it hasn't happened where I'm at, but it just might. Anyway, the local mayor says saying no to guns is important, even toy guns. Why? This doesn't make sense. Like, they're just toys. Like, seriously, they're not doing for real any harm. I mean, kids have gotten shot by police officers for carrying around a Nerf gun. Like, that's probably the biggest thing that's ever happened due to a Nerf gun. Or any other type of gun that's a toy. So this is all being taken place in Long Island. And the article said Long Island is encouraging children to turn in any toy guns for educational items and sporting goods. What fun are educational items when you can be targeting people with Nerf guns? It's way more fun. Instead of teaching children and people the responsibilities of guns, let's just take them all away. How to be responsible with guns, even toy guns. Like, I know people that teach their kids that toy guns are toy guns, but you need to treat them like they're a real gun. Like, I know people like that. Because it's responsibility. It's like a thing of responsibility. And the article says, or it's a quote that says, kids need to learn that guns are dangerous. Guns that are real are dangerous. Nerf guns are not. Local H is playing on the radio, and it's Bound for the Floor. I really like this song. Don't get it. Pathetic. Too accepted. It's so pathetic. Just don't get it. Pathetic. Too accepted. It's so pathetic. Anyway, it's crazy to me because, you know, I have brothers and they play with Nerf guns and I play with Nerf guns and they're awesome. Like, I know I throw a big fit about being shot out of nowhere from my crew with these Nerf guns, but because it's coming out of nowhere. But like, me and my brothers, we play hide and seek with these Nerf guns, and then we like pop, pop, pop with them when we find each other, and it's so much fun, and they're awesome. And now they're trying to ban them. And water guns. What's next? Water balloons? Are they going to take away my super soaker, my water gun, and then my water balloon grenades? Now how am I supposed to attack my brothers on a hot summer day? Am I supposed to put popsicles down their pants? Like, that's not as much fun. I mean, it'd be fun to watch them dance around because they've got cold stuff in their pants, but it's more fun when you're throwing water balloons at each other. Like, and now I'm being inappropriate because I'm a kid and I'm bored, and this is where it starts. Popsicles in pants is one thing, but I'm sure it would get much worse. And this frustrates me. Like, stop. Just stop. They're toys. Are you going to take away every single toy? Oh no, you can't play with cars because cars are dangerous. Oh no, it's the worst thing in the world. Stop, stop, stop. Get over yourselves. We're going to move on. So, a Guatemalan family is suing the Universal Studios Resort in Orlando because the death of a family's father died, and they're suing him because he died and because they didn't put up warning signs in Spanish. The signs did say in English that if you are a person with conditions or abnormal blood pressure, heart conditions, back or neck conditions, or expectant mothers should not go on the ride. So basically, this family is suing Universal Studios in Orlando because the father of this family had a fatal heart attack on the ride because the warning signs were in English and he didn't understand English, so he just got on the ride. And the ride signs, like I said, did say that you shouldn't go on the ride if you have heart conditions or anything. And he has had heart problems before, but because they weren't in Spanish, he couldn't understand. So he just got on the ride, and he had a heart attack while he was on the ride. So this family is suing the park because A, this family member died, and B, for not giving warning signs that everybody can read, for just putting it in one language instead of multiple. So that's basically what's going on. They're upset because their family member died and because the warning signs weren't in a language they could understand. So they're upset and they're suing the Universal Studios. The ride that he had a heart attack on was the Skull Island Reign of Kong. So I'm guessing it's like a King Kong ride thing. So I'm not trying to be rude or ignorant or nothing, but wouldn't it make sense to learn the language of a different country you're going to for anything? At least a little bit. That way you could not have a situation like this. I wouldn't go to France without being able to speak a little bit of French, or without somebody who could help me understand it, translate it for me, or Google Translator, or a book that's from French to English. Like, I wouldn't do that. It's not smart. Like, I just wouldn't do that, ever. And I think it's kind of ridiculous that these two Universal Studios in America are in California, which is highly populated with Hispanics, and Florida, that is also populated with Hispanics, that it wouldn't be, that the warning signs wouldn't be in Spanish or like anything like that. It's like not making sense. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is strange? Because I do. But it is sad that this happened to this family. I'm so sorry. It is sad, but I'm going to move on. This next article was found on Drudge Report, and it's crazy. It's crazy. A Las Vegas manicurist, like a person who does nails, was killed trying to stop a customer who didn't pay. So it happened about 4:30 on Saturday. Last Saturday. And this woman went to get her nails done and was getting ready to pay, and her swipey card didn't go through, and she said that she was going to go out to her car to get the money. When really, she went outside, got in her car, and left. Once the manicurist realized that the lady who got her nails done, or the customer, was not going to pay, she ran outside and stood in front of the car like a crazy person, yelling that you need to pay, you need to pay. And the customer then ran her over and drug her halfway down the street and fatally injured her. And she ended up dying. That is insane. That is insane. But I wouldn't have stood out in front of this car just stop! I would have called the police. That's what I would have done. I'm not trying to get killed over somebody not paying. I know it's $50 to $85 to get your nails done professionally, and it's a lot of money that somebody needs to pay you. But still, I would not have ran out there. So again, not trying to be rude or anything, but it's her fault she died, because she jumped out in front of a car that was moving. Sounds like, nope, not even going to go there. Not going to do that. But it's her fault because, if she wouldn't have jumped out in front of this car, she wouldn't be dead right now. That and this crazy person who decided to keep driving while this person is underneath her car dying. But honestly, I don't find it to be that big of a deal. I mean, call the freaking police if you feel like you're being robbed. Don't go jump out in front of somebody's car. Was it really that big of a deal that you needed to be in front of this person's car? I don't think it was, but apparently this person thought it was. And now she is dead. And both people's lives are ruined because one of them committed the crime and one of them is dead and both families are destroyed. So, over freaking fingernails. I'd rather go to the dollar store and buy them and glue them on myself. But if you want to spend $50 to $85 on nails, you go ahead. You do it. But please do not jump out in front of cars. Please don't run over people. Let's not be stupid. They're fingernails. With that being said, I'm going to move on. Artificial fingerprints that could hack into smartphones. So, many phones have not even phones, phones, and it's raining inside. It smells good too. Anyway, as I was trying to say, so most technology that have buttons or anything give you the ability to put your thumb on it and it reads your thumbprint. Well, now people have come up with a way to fake a fingerprint. So now they can hack into your phone and do whatever they want with it, because researchers at New York University and Michigan State University developed images of fingerprints that could unlock devices. They say that the fingerprint reader doesn't capture the entire fingerprint. It only captures some of it. And there's not enough space on the entire device to capture the entire fingerprint. So like I said, they only get a little bit of it. And now people can take pictures of fingerprints and hack into their phones or other technology devices, which is not safe, you know. Your pictures, your videos, your passwords, your anything that is Touch ID. So now, like I've been saying, people have now been able to make fake fingerprints to hack into anything that is Touch ID, passwords, emails, images, and many other things. This is why I don't use Touch ID, because I know it's a big risk. I put a password on my technology that only I know, and I leave it at that. I mean, yes, there is still that chance of hackers finding out your password and everything, but it wouldn't be as easy as figuring out, or it's not going to be as easy as the fingerprint situation. This is insane. This is why I don't use Touch ID at all, because I am terrified of being hacked. There has been a lot of stuff go on with technology and everything. So, with that being said, I'm going to move on to the next article. So, you guys remember a few days ago I made a segment in my video about Huawei's and ZTE's technology being banned in America? Well, now the Huawei CFO, Chief Financial Officer, Ming Wanzhou, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this person's name right, but it's Mengwanzhou, has been arrested in Canada at the risk of, at the request of the United States, which has angered China and led to a backlash of revenge hostages. It exposes a major bid by China to gain control of the vital worldwide infrastructure. Ming is currently under house arrest in Vancouver, Canada, where she waits to be sent to the U.S., where she will face charges of there's a candle and it smells good. Sorry. See? It smells good. Anyway, she faces the charges of violation of U.S. sanctions against Iran and for committing bank fraud to cover up. And now there is a... No, there's not. Never mind. There is not a bust in my hair. Where she has also committed bank fraud to cover up Huawei's business dealings. Okay. My crew is strange. Whew. China has responded to this by arresting Canadians in China on hazy charges. She is the daughter of Ren Xingfei. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly either. And it's spelled Zhengfei. She is the daughter of the founder and chairman of Huawei, and the company will be hers when he retires, basically. Huawei is a leading spy agency for China's ruling Communist Party. So anybody who owns a Huawei device is most likely being spied on by China. So, like I was saying, anybody who owns a Huawei device is most likely being spied on by China. So, that should be great because it's the leading spy agency for China. The U.S. has banned all Huawei devices from its military bases worldwide because those devices give the Chinese power to maliciously modify or steal information. So, that's great. Alright, they're playing The Offspring back here, and it's the Come Out and Play, but it's Keep Them Separated. It's the same thing, but I'm going to get back to the more important thing. Ming's family ties back to the communist leadership of Mao Zedong. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's spelled Zedong, whose reign was responsible for the death of more than 7 million Chinese citizens. So her grandfather was great friends with basically the Hitler of China. Not 7 million, 70 million. Sorry. So he is responsible for the deaths of more than 70 million Chinese citizens. So, like I was saying, her great-grandfather was great friends with this Mao person. Not great-grandfather, sorry. I'm grandfather who was great friends with this man. So, like I was saying, basically, the Hitler of China. So that's great. Huawei is one of some of the companies that is pushing the 5G data and everything. So that's also great. So this is all pretty crazy. I did not know Huawei spied on people. I did not know that at all. Which I would have because I used to own a Huawei phone. So that's great. And it's also great to know that they are pushing 5G data. That shall be fun. Hambone the Hilarious is with us again today for the joke. And the joke is... What's the joke?
Why did the teddy bear pass dessert?
Why?
Because he was stuffed.
Aha. Wow. But it's funny, but it's cute. It's cute and funny, so.
It's funny and adorable.
Yes. He says it's funny and adorable.
And I'm probably watch the other joke of the day for tomorrow.
The Bible verse for today is from the book of John, chapter 14, verse 27, and it says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." It is all about peace. All about peace. Our constitutional question for today is, why are police allowed to lawfully lie to us even if it violates our rights? But then when we lie to them, it's considered a crime. So why are they allowed to lawfully lie to us and not get in trouble for it, even if it violates our rights? Not that anybody should lie to anybody, ever, because lying is wrong, but still, the question remains. Why? 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 Well, that's all I have for today. Guys, Captain Silvertooth is signing out. You guys have a great night or day, whichever time you're watching this.